And good morning. We are recording this just so we can get this up on YouTube later at our 1000 Friends of Iowa YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for being here. My name is Julia McGuire. Debi Durham, I'm so glad to see you got in.
Thank you. We had all kinds of problems this morning, so I apologize for that.
I'm glad we got it. So I just want to say, again, welcome. I have been the coordinator for the Best Development Awards program since 2016. Today, I'm here at Sun Prairie Apartments. Sun Prairie Apartments won a Best Development Award in the renovated residential category back in 2018. And I am preparing and thinking, looking at all of our winners. And I remember last year's ceremony and we heard the word resiliency an awful lot. And I started thinking, really resiliency is not an accident at all. There's a lot of intention and planning that factor into resiliency. And a lot of the project, everyone today is going to get an award from 1000 Friends of Iowa. And I was just thinking of how much intention and time and energy went into the arrangements and conversations and actions to get them to a place that they could nominate their project for an award. And as we will see in the award segment of the program, it takes communities and agencies collaborating over a lengthy period of time to achieve positive and sustainable outcomes. And we're going to celebrate those today. Many of the projects are the result of state-funded programs. And we've got Debi Durham here to say a few words. If you would, please unmute yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you. And thank you for allowing me just to have a few moments here. Unfortunately, I can't stay for the whole event. I'm going to an economic forecast, but I did want to congratulate all the communities because, as you said, we have actually been partners with them on their great transformation. One of the best parts of my job is getting into our communities across the state, and everywhere I go, I see Iowans who put their heart and soul into making their communities attractive places to visit, live, work, and quite frankly, to do business. And the Best Development Awards are a great way to showcase this transformational community projects that prioritize quality of life and smart growth with sustainable planning and development practices as preserving landmark buildings or harnessing renewable energy. So all of today's award recipients are so deserving of this recognition. Their projects range from repurposing an old blighted flour mill in needed downtown housing to a company headquarters converting 100% solar, to a street reconstruction project that accommodates bicycles and pedestrians, traffic, trees, stormwater best practices such as native plantings and bioretention cells. Big fan of all these green initiatives. And we not only congratulate the recipients, but thank them for their commitment to sustainability and investing in Iowa's future. The Iowa Economic Development Authority not only talks the talk when it comes to sustainable development, but we also walk the walk by investing in these projects that bring new life to historic spaces, provide the workforce housing we so desperately need across Iowa, and help our downtowns and Main Street create unique destinations that boost economic growth while adding quality of life we know people are looking for. The 3 award winners today received funding from IEDA's Community Catalyst programs, which provides grants to help redevelop underutilized buildings as a way to stimulate economic growth and reinvestment. The Button Factory in Bellevue, the Mitchell Masquerie Mill, and the Macokota Viewing projects. And yet another award winner, the DePaco Building in Dubuque, absolutely amazing, received more than $8.5 million in assistance from our historic preservation program towards their $37+ million project. So repurposing underutilized historic buildings and returning them to the tax roll is so very important to the future of our downtowns. Assisting them with these projects mirrors the mission of 1000 Friends in promoting sustainable development around the state. So working together in partnership, we will continue to create places where people want to live, helping attractions and workforce talent. So again, thank you for what you do, and thank you for all of our award winners, and we couldn't be happier. So I'm going to sign off, but I just wanted to let you know how important the work is that you do, and I wanted to extend my personal congratulations to all these communities. So talk to you soon.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking time out to join us.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right, so my intention here for about the next hour is to lift up the projects that I get to come across in this job. Again, I'm sitting here in a really great example. Sun Prairie Apartments is in West Des Moines, and it uses a lot of energy efficiency practices that really helps protect our vulnerable Iowans and our planet. Everyone's work here, again, like Debbie was saying, contributes to a high quality of life. So in addition to the Best Development Awards, 1,000 Friends of Iowa supports that quality of life by encouraging sustainable, equitable communities and the built environment. Our executive director is Carrie Carney, and the board of directors, their president is Laura Bellin. The organization is overseen by a board of directors. I am going to share my screen just so you can see who those people are. So our board of directors, actually, I think that's maybe old. Our current board is Karen Ulake Walker, Mike Carberry, Laura Bellin, Margaret Vernon, and Ray Myler. So I would like to introduce Carolyn. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So Carolyn, if you could talk a little bit about the organization, I would appreciate that.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Carolyn Ulake Walker, and I am a board member of 1,000 Friends of Iowa. I've been a member of the organization since it started because I am from a family of farmers, and I, over my lifetime, have observed just losing so much farmland to development that I decided to join this organization way back. I am also on the board. In addition to working to protect our farmland and our natural areas, we also work to promote balanced development, multimodal transportation, and good planning at the local level, as well as policies at both state and local level that conserve our resources, address climate change, and help communities to thrive. We started the Best Development Awards about 20 years ago because we really wanted to recognize projects in Iowa that met a higher standard and not only celebrate these great projects, but hopefully inspire other communities to do as well. You can check out our winners from the website, 1000friendsofiowa.org. We'd welcome you as new members if you can. And congratulations to all the winners today.
Excellent, thank you. Now, something that makes our program unique is the juror panel. So the way our jurors fit into this is that we have a season of nominations in as many as 12 categories. It runs from about Labor Day until the beginning of November. And then our jurors come in the middle to the end of November to make our selections from the different categories. And our jurors come from academia and government and the private sector. And we've got Jeff here. If you would speak for us, and I'm trying to find where you're at. If Jeff Hansen, if you would go ahead and just say a couple words about the process.
Sounds good. Thanks, Julia. Can you hear me? Perfect. First, I want to say thank you to Julia and all the staff at 1000 Friends of Iowa. They put a lot of time and effort into facilitating this award program and putting together packages and the applications for our review. So it makes our job very easy. So thank you for all your effort and your time that you put towards this program. Also, I know Debbie signed off, but I want to thank the state of Iowa for allowing some of these projects to exist without their assistance. I think a few of these projects this year and also in the past would not have been able to proceed forward. So thank you to Debbie and her team at the state of Iowa. And then also the board of directors of the 1000 Friends of Iowa. Thank you for your commitment and your time towards this great organization. I want to just thank all the recipients today of the awards. We get a chance every year. I've been on this committee here for a number of years, and it's great to see all the projects across the state. Obviously, I'm over in Sioux City on the west coast of Iowa, and so we don't always get a chance to travel the state and get over to the east side or even down to Des Moines, especially during the last 2 years with the pandemic. So it's great to see all the applications come forward, the projects, and I look forward to it every year. So thank you very much.
Awesome, thanks. So I'm just going to share so you can see who our other jurors are. Um, Before we really start the presentation, I just want to make sure you know we have 8 presentations. Each winner is going to be represented after they're introduced, and your rep will say a few words, unwrap your plaque if you got it, or certificate. You can have up to 3 minutes to speak. And I'm not sure, I haven't checked. I believe Chuck Eisenhardt, if you were here, if you want to chat me, I think I understood that you wanted to get some screenshots for the people over in your district, if I understood that correctly. So let me know in the chat box if you're attending. If there is any media, again, I haven't checked. If there are media here, you're welcome to ask questions closer to 11:45 or noon. I will do my best to guide you through the program. So I think the flow should be Carrie's going to introduce the project, the award recipient will say their names or agency or organization, do the, show your plaque and then speak. So at this time, I am going to have Carrie speak and kick off the next segment of our program. I'm going to quit sharing here.
Right. Hi, thank you so much, Julia. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to see so many people joining us for our Best Development Awards. This is one of our most beloved projects that we do at 1000 Friends of Iowa, because it's so important that we're recognizing all the hard work and all the great work that's happening across Iowa, work that often gets attention in big cities in other parts of the country, but it's happening right here in Iowa, in our hometowns, our small towns, and our big cities alike, and it's really impressive. So congratulations to all of you for this hard work. Excuse me, my voice is a little scratchy. I've been doing a lot of presentations lately. So our first award winner that we're going to recognize today is in the renewable energy category in the civic renewable energy. And this is the Wapello Solar Project. This project brings about hang on, my computer just did something funky. There we go. This project adds 127.5 megawatts that will power over 21,000 homes and offset 350 million pounds of CO2 emissions. The source construction materials were sourced locally, and the project includes past and future educational opportunities and a business partnership to supply a cooperative for this utility scale power. And so I'd like to congratulate SIPCO and Clenera for this project and have you go ahead and you can speak and talk about the project.
Sure, Executive Vice President and CEO of SIPCO. And this was a major undertaking, and I do want to recognize we have Mike Diego online here too, and Mike is with Clenera, and Clenera is a partner with SIPCO in this project and has to take advantage of tax credits and other things associated with this. We do partner with developments like Mike's organization, and this was years in the making, and we are very proud to have this much solar in Iowa. I don't know how to describe 100 megawatts. It is about 21,000 homes that this would power. It's not our first venture. We've done a considerable amount of wind already, and Mike and his team are on track to double what we've done in Wapello Solar, to do that up in near Coggan, Iowa now too. So that's in the works right now. So we're not just resting and showing what we did here. So we have the largest facility in Iowa right now, and then the next one will double that, and we will see other solar developments, but we're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish here, and really look forward to where this all goes for Iowa. And this is not only solar in Iowa, but this is for rural Iowa, for our 13 cooperatives that are located across the state. And it really pushes our amount supplied by, I think this year will be roughly 41% renewables for 2021. So, and we're only growing from there. So with that, I really appreciate it. I've looked up and understand much of what 1,000 Friends of Iowa does and represents, and we're proud to be part of that. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Becoming 100% renewable in Iowa is so important. 1,000 Friends of Iowa has been working with a number of communities to help encourage the move to more renewable energy. We think it's not only great to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, but really in many ways can be an important part of smart land use policy as well, and offer new ways for farmers to make money on their farmland as well. Our next winner is also in the renewable energy category for private
Oh, hold
business.
on. I wanted to ask, did Michael want to talk at all?
I
Yeah,
think
'cause
it would
we
be
can
great
give
to
you a
have Mike
minute.
say a couple words. They were integral to this project. So
Sure,
apologize
thank you,
for that.
would love to. Thanks, Bill, thanks, Julia. So we at Clean Air are very, very happy to be a part of renewable energy in Iowa. This project really represents what Clean Air as a company has as part of our vision, and that is being good stewards of the land. We love partnering with great stakeholders such as SIPCO, and we appreciate the support that we received from County, the city of Wapello, and we're also thankful for the partnerships that we have with our contractors who have a local office in Iowa, Res Americas, and they did their best to support local labor and give back to the community, and those are the kind of things that we really appreciate is working with people like Res, like SIPCO, who give back to communities, and the community support there was fabulous, and really the support from Iowa has been fabulous, as noted by the pictures you saw, those local leaders, and also other government officials like Senator Ernst and others who showed up to not only our ribbon cutting ceremonies, but also our groundbreaking ceremonies. So we know how important this renewable energy and jobs are to the state of Iowa. And we're really grateful to be a part of that. A lot of those opportunities are long-term. And so being able to have this opportunity to be a part of this has been great. We're thankful for the recognition. We're thankful for SIPCO to help making that possible for us at Clean Air.
Great, thank you. And I apologize, I did not realize there were two people to speak of that. One, I apologize. So our next award winner is also renewable energy in the private sector. This is a company that's based in Des Moines, Iowa. It's Kemin Industries. They have a 720 kilowatt solar array currently on their building. This solar array is the intention of Kemin Industries is to ultimately supply 100% of their power with renewable energy. And the solar array does that. Not only is Kemin really taking steps to have renewable energy, but also doing energy efficiency, but they've also been a huge voice in the community advocating for conservation of our resources, energy efficiency, and renewable energy, and definitely played a role in supporting the city of Des Moines to move towards 100% renewable energy. So with that, I will turn it over to Kemin Industries.
Hi, thanks, Carrie, and thanks everyone from 1,000 Friends of Iowa. My name is Heather Christensen. I am the Sustainability Coordinator at Kemin Industries. And I'm here to present the award to Dr. Chris Nelson, who's our President and CEO of Kemin. And it wouldn't be without his leadership and the leadership of the rest of the Nelson family that makes Kemen a leader in sustainability.
Heather, thanks very much for the award, and thanks to 1,000 Friends. We really appreciate this award. There's no doubt Kemen is a company that manufactures ingredients that go into human foods, animal feeds, pet foods, nutraceuticals on a worldwide basis. Science is the core of where we come from, and science really dictates all of our commercial activities. It also dictates our activities more in the community, and there's with no doubt that the increased level of CO2 in the atmosphere has led to significant climate change that we must do everything possible to try to reverse or at least mitigate in the next few years. This particular initiative to put our main headquarters, our worldwide headquarters on 100% renewable fuel is now utilizing solar arrays. It has really been the example for our other manufacturing sites on a worldwide basis. And so we have now, as a result of this particular installation, started installations, well, I should say completed in South Africa, in the midst of installations in China, as well as Belgium, and upcoming will be Italy and Brazil. So with a large number of manufacturing facilities worldwide and a large number of different types of power that we utilize, we certainly see that renewable is the wave of the future. And we really appreciate the recognition with this award. So thank you so much, and back to you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Great work. I don't know if Julia, you want to move to Mitchell Maskery Mill images? So our next winner is in the renovated residential category. So this project is part of a larger project to really renovate the downtown area. This building was originally built in 1886, and it was a flour mill. And it's been now renovated to include 4 apartments, commercial retail space in the lower half, and has really done a lot to revitalize this area. They've also focused on making sure that it's walkable and bikeable for the community. And we absolutely love this type of a renovation of taking existing buildings and renovating them, keeping the beauty of the original building and turning it into something great, but that it's also on transit routes, walkable, bikeable, so that it really helps. There's so many aspects of sustainability that went into consideration of renovating this building. So I'd like to turn it over to GT Development for the Mitchell Maskery Mill.
Okay, hi, thank you. Yes, I'm Tom Kelzer. I'm with GT Development. My partner, Gary Carner, I guess, really wanted to thank, and these type of projects, you really need a lot of help and a lot of people to kind of be involved in it. And I think the Jackson County Economic Alliance, specifically Dave Heyer, really helped to introduce us to this building and find a project like this, and you know, as well as the city of Maquoketa. And without some of that partnership between private and public, you know, it's really hard to get some of these projects done. You know, we took on this project, and it was a working feed mill, flour mill for 100 some years. It sat empty for many years. It sits down in the downtown area of Maquoketa. So there's a lot of amenities within the area with restaurants and retail and things for people to be able to access right from their apartments. And as we looked at making the upper stories into apartments, we tried to look at what things we could utilize from the building existing, as well as make it energy efficient and try to make it something that people would want to live in. So in some of the couple of those pictures there, I don't know if you noticed, but the bins that were there were very large. They held corn and feed and things for 100 years, and a lot of that material we did utilize into the building. So we created stair towers, used all in the stairs. We used that wood for the handrails. Within the units, we have utilized a lot of that wood to kind of recreate kind of those bins on the front of the breakfast bars. We had the range hoods, tray ceilings, tried to utilize as much as we could in there. Tried to keep the beams that were holding up the building exposed as much as possible to kind of pay homage to those. But then on the other side of it, to keep some energy efficiency, because it was an old building, we used energy efficient windows. We used spray foamed all of the exterior walls to create a nice envelope for the building, and used high efficient HVAC in all the units as well. As part of that demolition, we tried to take care in removing and reusing as much as we could. I don't know if you can see behind me here, we've made even additional things. This is a door that we made out of those bins, and we continue to use a lot of that material in other projects. Other, people that would like to thank, Bellevue State Bank, who helped with funding it on our end, Black Hills Energy, 563, who helped with the design of the property. I think it, lent well to what they showed to be able to try to expose as much as we could with the beams and give homage to the building. Of course, the Iowa Economic Development Authority for help with funding. And we really appreciate the 1,000 Friends of Iowa and recognize it as being a good project. And hopefully we look to continue to do more. So thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. I do want to point out we do have a number of renovated building projects that apply every year. But one of the things that sets these projects apart that win are that they go above and beyond. So as you heard, talking about how we're reusing materials, making them highly efficient, considering modes of transportation, all of these go into really creating projects that stand out, that we want to see, that we believe can be used as shining examples of what's possible out there and how we can use these projects to really revitalize our communities. So we're very excited about these projects. The next one is a similar project. This category is the residential commercial. This is the Bellevue Button Factory. It was a converted eyesore that has been turned into a river. I apologize. That's been turned into a riverfront destination. So years of visioning meant community input to address the need for public restrooms, business development center, and so forth. This building also has really taken into consideration transportation. On each side of the building, there's biking and walking trails. One side leads to a city park. The other side leads to a state park. Again, renovated using a lot of the same materials, but have really created a destination, took an eyesore that really created a destination and really created a sense of place in the town of Bellevue. So I'd like to turn it over to Water Street Partners. Congratulations.
Thank you. My name is Dave Heyer, and I'm representing Water Street Partners this morning. Alan Ernest, who is actually one of the owners and developers, was unable to join us this morning due to health issues, but I'll try to fill in for him and do the best I can here. As was pointed out, this is an older limestone building right along the riverfront in Bellevue. It was constructed in the 1860s and initially was a warehouse for grain, and then later became a button factory where they would harvest clams and then punch holes in the clams and make buttons out of those clams. Obviously, that industry has gone to the wayside. We make buttons out of different things today. And eventually the building became a laundromat. And for the last many years, over a decade, the building just sat vacant, had broken windows, a leaking roof. And in fact, it was a horrible eyesore in what was, or what is, a pretty picturesque river community. And the River Street, or Water Street, excuse me, Water Street partners then came in and decided that they would do something to salvage this building, trying to use as much of the limestone and the old timbers in the building as possible. And it is true with any of these major projects, this being a $1.6 million project in a small community, you need lots of partners. So in addition to Water Street partners, the Iowa Economic Development Authority was involved. And I think Debbie pointed out earlier, the Catalyst program, this is one of the beneficiaries of that program. Also, the city of Bellevue was very helpful and instrumental in helping make this project happen, and the Jackson County Economic Alliance. Today, as you saw in that last picture that they were showing of the building, this is a showcase in the downtown, gone from an eyesore to a showcase. It does include public restrooms, which was a much needed amenity in the downtown. There's a coffee shop, there's some offices. There's a public conference room that we've used many times when we're having people come to the community for business purposes. And on the second level of the building, it has become utilized by the high school for their Bellevue Big program, which is an opportunity to connect high school students with real world work opportunities. So they are using that space, and the Bellevue Arts Council is also using that space. So there's a lot of public use in this building, in addition to commercial use in this building. The renovation of this building has impacted the area, which is exactly what you want. And that's what the Catalyst program is for, is to be a catalytic impact in the area. So it has created what is referred to as Water Street Landing. So there's a sister building next to this, another limestone building that's also been renovated and is now the home of River Ridge Brewing. And so they have this amazing expanded brewery with a patio on the riverfront right next to the button factory, because it started with the button factory. So I just want to take this opportunity also to thank the 1,000 Friends of Iowa for this special recognition on behalf of Water Street and the Button Factory for the best development of renovated commercial space. And definitely encourage everyone who's listening to take an opportunity to visit Bellevue and the Button Factory and the Water Street Landing project. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's really impressive to see all of these projects happening in especially our river towns, which are so beautiful and historic. And I love to see the investment in these towns to really revitalize them. So thank you for your great work. So going back to our next winner is is the mixed use category. And we're going back to the town of Maquoketa for this one. Maquoketa has been doing some great work. This is the Tubman Block building in Maquoketa. It is a mixed use building. It's in addition to renovating this building, they put energy efficient windows and lighting fixtures in the building, as well as all Energy Star appliances. They even use recycled paper countertops for the top of the buildings. The building demonstrates our smart growth by focusing on new development around walkable, mixed use town centers with a balance of housing and modes of transportation. And lastly, used like the brownfield and other tax credits to really show the use of effective tax dollars to focus on redevelopment in downtown areas. And as I mentioned before, this is also a part of a larger vision in Maquoketa to revitalize their downtown. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to 563 Properties.
Hi, we're Emily and Andrew McCready. We are the owners of this property. The major story and a kind of a pivot point with this building after being vacant for a long time. It was picked up in ownership in 2015 by the Maquoketa Betterment Corporation. They're a local nonprofit they purchased the building because they really saw that it had potential. Many in the community had believed at that point that this building was just too far gone. As you can see, it had a lot of damage. There was a leaking roof for many years that really just caused a lot of issues throughout. You can see all the water damage that was caused in the tin ceiling that kind of rusted through, pulled the panels right pulled them right off of the ceiling. A lot of structural work needed to be done to the building. So, you know, there was a consensus that maybe this should just be taken down. And the Betterment Corp said, I think this is salvageable. Somebody can develop this and make it something great. And so they purchased it and really tried to work hard with the JCEA to find a developer for the project. So that was really pivotal. We started working in the community as an architect, working on all the facade grants from the CDBG funding sources. And we saw this property and we said, this one's great. It needs a whole lot of work, but it's got some great things going on in it. So we actually, we had recently just formed a 563 properties in order to purchase buildings such as this and to develop them ourselves. So this was our first property that we had purchased. And so we acted as the owner, the developer, the architect, and part-time to full-time laborers on the project. So we had a lot of community partners that helped us out with this. Like I said, the Maquoketa Betterment Corp was really pivotal in picking this project up. The Timber City Development, Maquoketa State Bank helped with financing. The city of Maquoketa helped partner with us, and obviously the Jackson County Economic Alliance was really a great partner for us, along with the Iowa Economic Development Authority.
We used everybody.
Yeah, anybody that could help us. We definitely used all the resources available to us. We also really tapped into as many funding sources because this building had so many big issues that we had to layer a lot of funding sources. So we did historic tax credits, brownfield tax credits. The city of Maquoketa helped us out through the Catalyst grant. And then we also had conventional financing. The design was really inspired by the 1900s facade. So as you saw in those pictures, the front facade had been pushed out to meet the sidewalk, and that's how it had been for many years. We actually pushed that storefront back in and brought back this little patio space and restored the Grams kind of word on the front, which was the original department store that had created that space. So we patched in little pieces of tile and made that say Grams again, and pushed back. And so the space is now occupied by Maquoketa Brewing on one side, and then a boutique, Coming Era Boutique, on the other side. And so it creates a really nice little patio space for those businesses. The second floor we renovated into 2 apartments. Like you said, we used recycled paper countertops and as many energy efficiency things as possible. The building has been fully occupied with tenants. As soon as we were ready to open, we've had no trouble filling it with tenants with the space. Let's see, what else? The tin ceiling on the inside, that was a major part of the project. We actually searched high and low for ability to replicate the tile, and we found a company that could actually create a template and make new tiles for us. So we patched those in. That was a major part of the project, along with unearthing the hardwood floors that had been tiled over in the past, or I guess covered up in the past. Those took a lot of work to restore those. Lots of tuck pointing on the outside, rebuilt the entire back wall that had failed. Worked a lot with the neighbors to kind of reroute and kind of work together, because we all kind of connect in the back. So a lot of the utilities had to be dealt with, and we really worked together in the whole area to make sure that the drainage was just taken care of in the back area, which was an improvement for the whole block. I think that about covers it. You know, this building has been such a gathering place ever since the brewery opened and the boutique opened. It really fills a need for the whole community, and instead of taking this building out and having kind of, you know, that missing space in the block, it has now been restored and is now like really a big gathering place for the community. So we are, you know, grateful for this award, and we're thankful to all of our community partners, and thank you.
Thank you. It's a gorgeous building. So we're going to shift gears a little bit for our next category. Our next category is that of transportation and complete streets. And this is an exciting project that I've been watching happen over the last few years, and know how challenging it was to do this project. I know that there were some pushback from some community members, concern, but this is the type of project we really need to see happen. This is a project in the city of Windsor Heights where they took University Avenue, they changed it from 4-lane to 2 lanes. They did had bump outs to make it safer for pedestrian crossing. They increased access of mass transit stops. They made wider sidewalks for both pedestrians and bicycles. So it's now a multimodal corridor. They also included a lot of streetscaping with trees. They did stormwater, native plantings, bioretention cells, added benches and educational signs throughout the project. It's gorgeous. I love it. I've driven on it a few times, and I'm really proud of Windsor Heights for doing this. So I would like to turn it over to the city of Windsor Heights. Congratulations on the complete streets.
Thanks, Carrie. So as Carrie just said, the University Avenue, can you guys hear me all right? Thumbs up, okay. The city of Windsor Heights reconstructed University Avenue, and the project included complete reconstruction of half of University Avenue, full depth patching and overlay of the other half of University Avenue. It's about a 10-block stretch that we're talking about right now. Reducing the number of travel lanes in the corridor and installation of a center turn lane, pedestrian bump outs, installation of public art and wayfinding features, green stormwater management, and the installation of a 12-foot shared use path on the south side of the road, among countless other amenities. We're so thrilled and honored to accept this award from the 1,000 Friends of Iowa for the University Avenue reconstruction project. We'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the contributions and support from our local businesses, residents, and city council during this project. In particular, we want to make sure that we say thank you to DART, which is the Des Moines Area Regional Transit, like our busing service here in the Des Moines area. Hy-Vee, Colby Interests, and all the small business owners that call Windsor Heights home. Thank you to our contractors, subcontractors, engineers, and our local utility partners to help us accomplish this vision over the last couple of years. Thank you to our funding partners, which is specifically the Iowa DNR, the National Park Service for the Land and Water Conservation Fund, for assistance on funding the newly installed pedestrian trail on the south side of the road, and the Iowa DOT and Federal Highway for STBG funding on the road reconstruction portion of the project. The new University Avenue corridor will be a transportation and multimodal transportation asset for many years in the future, and it'll continue to make Windsor Heights the perfect place to live, work, and play. So thank you so much. We're thrilled and really honored that you guys are presenting us with this award.
Great, thank you and congratulations. So our next category is the innovative leadership category. And this is one that our judges give when they think a project, showed excellent leadership and incorporated numerous things into the project. The winner for this project is the DePaco Voices building in Dubuque. This building was originally built in 1924. It's in the historic Millwork District in downtown Dubuque. And it's been part of a renovation and rehabilitation of the downtown area in Dubuque. This building had sat vacant for a number of years, and DePaco has rehabbed the building. But they did it after 3 years of thoughtful communication with the community and input from the community. So it's pretty exciting to see what they've done. It is now a LEED Platinum building, so they have really gone above and beyond the work to add energy efficiency and lighting. They've really applied conservation and placemaking into it. They also focused on multimodal transportation to really, through where it's located, to really make sure that employees had access to biking, walking, or transit as a way to get to work. And it also serves a neighborhood. There's a residential neighborhood, low income area. So it also is really serving the neighborhood as well, and really kind of becomes a focal point in the Millwork District. So congratulations on this gorgeous building. So I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to DePaco.
All right, and we do not have anyone from DePaco on the line. I'd sent out a couple messages. I know it was definitely something we've talked about a lot between us. So I think we just need to move on to the last award, if you would, please.
All right, very good. So our last award is a category that the jurors don't always award something in this category, but they created a best of show category that they use for projects that they think really are exceptional. And the winner of this is the Tom and Ruth Harkins Center at Drake University. So this really is a state-of-the-art design of sustainability and inclusion as part of the Drake's Blue is Green movement. The exterior all around the center is native landscape plantings and on-site stormwater management. Also really focused on multimodal transportation and a PV solar array that is estimated to save 1,388 tons of CO2 over 25 years, using low VOC materials were used in the construction. This is a gorgeous building in the heart of Des Moines, and really did go above and beyond to become really kind of the epitome of sustainability in the city of Des Moines, and recognizes the relationship between the social, natural, and built environments. So congratulations on Best in Show. I'd like to turn it over to Drake University.
Thank you. I'm Michelle Huggins. I'm the university architect here at Drake University. It brings us much joy to be able to be recognized for just being able to have a whole lot of fun. And yes, I'm referring to construction projects, and those don't usually go hand in hand. But we had and to be acknowledged in the group of people that have been receiving the awards today. Thank you very much. We had a fantastic team on this project. BNIM as our architectural leader, Waldinger Ideal Energy for our PV panels, White's as the contractor, Modus as our engineer, many, many, many more. As all of you here on the screen know, it takes a lot of partners to get these done. But the difference with our team that I want to elevate is they owned it. They owned the mission of the Harkin Institute. They owned the mission of creating an elevated, bold endeavor in this building, and you can witness that with the images that were shown, that there's a graceful and unique, bold, yet contextual to our campus solution in this building, all while being providing the best practice approach for what we understand from a universal viewpoint and accessibility today. and being good stewards of our environment. In some of those pictures, you can see the biocells that were used for stormwater management are visible from every single space, interior space in that building. You're immersed in a garden. I would be remiss to say that garden immersion from Harken Desire to make that a center focus, and that garden being a highly sustainable piece as well, managing 100% of the stormwater component, not only for that site, but being good neighbors for our neighbors as well. The PV panels for on the roof, we didn't have funding for those at first, but we provided the infrastructure through the roof and in the mechanical room to be able to provide that. And with our generous donor community that we have, we were able to install those right as the building was being completed. So right as we would have planned it from the start. That in combination, as several has mentioned, the DART bus stop located right outside the building. This building has earned 3 Green Globes certification as well, similar lead process type of certification. All visitors. So whether you navigate the world.
Okay. So I can't see myself.
So it looks like there's getting a little bit of feedback there. Whether you navigate the world in a wheelchair, use a cane for sight, or have cognitive function challenges, the building attention to detail lets you know that you belong here. It's not by accident that this project was fun, that it has brought the team so much joy in working together and found solutions to these bold goals of universal design and environmental stewardship. We took our cues from the people that the building was intended to honor, Tom and Ruth Harken. This is how they navigate their lives and their career, with celebration, with humility, and with an Iowan can-do attitude. They've transformed how we experience our built environments and how we navigate our daily lives. That's carried through the mission of the Harken Institute, led by the director, Joseph Jones, that leads development of nonpartisan policies, education and program to support people with disabilities, wellness and nutrition, retirement and security, and labor and employment. There's not one of us on this call that has not been impacted on a daily basis from the work that the Harkens began and the Harken Institute continues to carry forth today. It is an honor to be part of 1,000 Friends of Iowa. Thank you for your generous recognition of this project as Best in Show. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Before I turn it over to Julia, I do just want to say congratulations again to all of our winners. Each year I keep thinking, boy, I won't be as impressed next year, but I'm always even more impressed. These projects just keep getting better and better. And so congratulations and thank you all for your great work on making our communities thrive. So Julia, back to you.
All right, so before we move on to legislators, I do want my host, Keith, to just share a few words to our developers who are in these rental situations. And I am going to see if I can find a way to get you on.
This is you stop.
Can you see it?
Hello, I'm Keith, and I want to congratulate everybody that received recognition this year. I've received it twice in the past. The first one was a demonstration project with the United States Department of Energy, and that was where we just completely upgraded existing buildings. We spent about $6.3 million and saved $610,000 a year. The purpose of that demonstration was to show that energy efficiency increases the value of the property. And in fact, it did increase the value about 10 million. The other project was Altoona Towers, which was a pilot project with the pilot project on demonstrating how to solve the split incentive problem. But we included 100% of the utilities in the rent. And we've been averaging, with tenants having no incentive to conserve, we built the building accordingly at about $45 a month. in 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. So we've worked really hard over the last 40 years to focus on energy efficiency and what does that do to value. Our buildings are super efficient. Got 8-inch thick walls, R50 insulation in the attic, Energy Star appliances, 96% efficient heating equipment, and on and on. This is a benefit for us as landlords because we increase the value of the building by lowering operating costs and make it more attractive to tenants. 95% of our tenants, when we survey them when they move in, said they moved in because of how efficient the building was. They really care about the fact what's included and how low the bills are. That's made a huge difference for us. And as our residents, when they combine our rent and our utilities, they're about $100, $150 a month less than if they went somewhere else and paid their own utilities. So they're happy, they get a good value. And at the same time, we're using a fraction of the utilities that we normally would. At the Sun Prairie property, where heat, unbelievably, averaged last year $40 a year, not a month, but a year. That's the niche that we build in. We spend a lot of money getting there, about $7,000 a unit extra to build it, but it pays dividends. Many of the things that we did to save on heat also save on electricity, and we're able to guarantee on a 3 bedroom that the utilities, electricity will not average over $45 a month. So that's, again, something that draws the tenants. And environment, we're using a lot less electricity, a lot less water. So thank you very much for the opportunity to share.
All right, so if I can get you to unmute, I know I need to change my settings here. Senator Celsi wanted to speak. Let me see if I can find where you're at.
I just
Oh, I
clicked
see you.
allow her to talk.
Okay, if you want to unmute yourself, Claire, you can go ahead and speak.
Hi there, everyone. Thank you for the great presentation. I enjoyed looking at all the projects and seeing the award winners. I just wanted to thank 1,000 Friends of Iowa. I was one of the founding members, I think, way back in the day. And ever since then, this group has just done amazing things for Iowa, putting sustainability and all kinds of other foreign concepts ahead of its time here in Iowa. So thank you for finally, you're coming into your own now. Everyone's on the train and with the program. So thank you to them. And then I wanted to specifically recognize the Harkin Institute, which is in my district, and Windsor Heights, which will be in my new district when redistricting takes place. So congratulations to you both. And thank you for having me today. Thanks for all the great information. Appreciate it.
All right, so that is the end, unless there's anyone else. I know, Mandy, you said congratulations in the chat box. For all of our award winners, I do look forward to seeing all about you in the news in the future. I expect a lot of things out of all of you. I really do appreciate all of your work. Thank you for letting me celebrate with you. That's the close of our program, and I wish everyone a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.
And I do want to just say, please mark January 24th, 2023 on your calendars. We hope that we're able to be back up at the State House in person, and that will be our next Best Development Awards, and nominations open September 1st, 2022. Thank you.
Thank you.